Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Incompetent Nerds. I'm your host, Tank. I'm feeling a lot better. My voice is not shitty. And with me is Mark. How's it going, Mark?
Good, good. How we doing? How we doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Merry Christmas. Well,
Merry Christmas.
post Merry Christmas.
Post Merry. Yeah, I mean the week after Christmas is really like you don't know what day it is, and you're just like waiting for New Year's, and you're like some people go to work, some people have it off, and it's like just a big mess.
Yeah. Oh man. Anything good for Christmas? Any good Christmas stories that just passed? From the past one?
Yes, I played so my girlfriend's twin sister boyfriend brought Settlers of Catan. Have you ever played it?
Settlers of Consent. No, never even
It's
heard
like
of it.
it's sort of like Risk mixed with it's like I don't know how to explain it. Risk mixed with like a strategy game, but it's really original. You basically need collect resources and you build roads and settlements and cities and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's your goal is to sort of have domination so you get the most points.
Oh, okay.
But I played for the first time and I won. So I was like I
Beginner's
was pretty
luck.
impressed with my no way. I was pretty impressed with my strategy, but it's also based on the dice roll probability. So like, you put the little numbers on the different resources, and whatever dice roll number comes out, that's the resource that you get if you're adjacent to it. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is like just like crap. So I'm like good to go.
So you already were a natural.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Oh man. Um Funny story was we took a big old family picture
Mm-hmm.
and my mother was gonna go ahead and get our neighbor to see if they take a photo. I was like, no need, because I have this selfie stick, bro, that turns into a tripod.
Sure.
So I stick my phone in there and it had a little button to take pictures. I'm like, you guys are ready? Everybody in? Okay, let's go. I'm counting down, dude. I took about like 20 pictures because somebody just kept messing up. Somebody didn't smile. Another person decided, like, another person decided to stick somebody's finger in their nose. It's like, Then my mother wanted a video of us saying Merry Christmas. So I did that, and it was kind of hell. I felt like I was doing this for about like a good 20 minutes. When in reality, it was
Wow.
more like 5.
At least you had the equipment. That would have been super embarrassing if your mom was like, "Yo, let me ruin this family's Christmas real quick." Like, "Yo, can you come over and grab a pic?" And then they had to go through all that instead of
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, but I'm glad I did that because it made things a lot easier. Just in case, like, because sometimes you give somebody a phone, like, hey, can you give us a picture? It's like the photos you took is shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm surprised nobody like more people you don't hear about it like don't run off with phones because it's
Because it's
like
the whole. A lot of phones are being secured now,
yeah,
and it's like you just stole the paperweight. There's no point of it,
exactly.
and it's funny because here, like walking around, like after work, like going out for lunch and stuff like that. I've been getting people that are asking me, "Hey, can you take our picture?" And I'll be like, "Sure." And I pull your move: 2 pictures horizontal, 2 pictures like portrait, and there you go,
That's industry standard, folks. For anybody listening,
dude.
if you're not doing at least 4 pictures, you're an asshole.
Like no, seriously, like after like hanging out with you, I was about to say dealing with you. After like hanging out with you, and then taking the photos, I'm literally doing 2 horizontal and then 2 portrait. Give them the phone, and I could probably say like they're probably happy. Like, yeah, damn, this motherfucker took 4 pictures. But hey, one of them 4 pictures gonna come out looking sharp, right?
Exactly.
Especially you got a good freaking horizontal and portrait
Mm-hmm.
or landscape and portrait. There you go.
See, you're a photographer already.
Yeah. Well, can't dishonor my grandfather. He's a photographer.
Oh, still? Does he still do it?
Yeah, he still does it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Of course, me and my siblings gained up on each other like always. Oh my god, the video I have of my sister. Um, so right now we're opening gifts,
Mm-hmm.
and my sister, I saved her for almost to the last one. So I
Mm-hmm.
hand her this big ass box. She opens it up because I told her I'll get her the record. She just bought a record player, so I told her I'll buy her
Oh, nice.
a vinyl of a Prince, Purple Rain. That's what
Mm-hmm.
she wanted. So she's opening this big ass box. She pops open the box, and now she's going through the packaging, and she's like, "Are you fucking serious?" She has to keep going through the packaging. At the bottom of the box was a note that says, "Maybe next year you'll act right." So she throws the box. So I hand her true present. I'm like, I'm just kidding. Here you go. And in this present is two records from both me and my mother.
Mm-hmm.
The first one she opens is a record from Nas, his first record called Illmatic.
Mm-hmm.
She starts bawling. She starts crying because one of her favorite artists is Nas. Plus, she has a huge crush on him.
Sure.
And then after she does that, she's crying, since thank you to my mother. She opens up Minds. And I remember I lied to her saying I couldn't get the Prince album because it was sold out. And by the time I did get it, it will be after Christmas. And I just bullshitted saying, I got you somebody else. You'll love the next artist. And bro, it was just like how fate just had it. It was like a Christmas miracle, you could say. She opens up this box and Prince slides out. And when he slides out, he lands face forward. So you see the cover of, the album, him on the motorcycle just facing her. She bends over, she goes, "You motherfucker," grabs it, hugs it. She goes, "You say you never bought it for me." So I walk up to her, give her a big old hug and a kiss. I'm like, "You think I would?" I'm like, I got this for you.
That's cute.
Yeah. Then I got my younger sister, what you call it? It's a claw machine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, it's a little claw machine with a bunch of dolls. And dude, my mother asked her, "What was your What was your favorite gifts?" Mine's ranked number one. Cause dude, the whole
Uh-huh.
time, that whole day, she's just playing with it. And here's the funny part: the night before Christmas Eve, I actually went over to my girlfriend's house, had dinner with them. We chilled, watched movies, and that was it. We just hung out.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, I came home. When I came home, my mother texted me to see if I'm able to stop by a store to get some goodies. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
only neighborhood store that's open on Christmas is this like Quickie Mart,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a lot of stuff. So I had to get some more eggs and some other things. So now I'm coming back with my book bag and do the crap ton of stuff in my hands. I'm mad because I'm trying to call my mother, letting her know I couldn't find this, I couldn't find that, but she's not answering. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm worried. I finally get home. I come upstairs. I hear laughing and talking. I'm like, "Are you serious? These people didn't freaking answer my goddamn phone call." Walk in the house. I hand my mother, like, she's like, "Hey, Merry Christmas." Gives me a hug. And I'm just staring at her with this evil look. She goes, "What?" I'm like, "You didn't, like, did you not hear your phone?" "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear my phone. You didn't call me." She looks four missed calls from me. I'm like, "I called you, and my sister has an iPad that we have hooked up so we could FaceTime." I even FaceTimed my sister twice. Nobody picked up. I was mad. I was already mad that nobody picked up. And then to find out, my sister opened my gift to her before I was even there. So I didn't get to see her face.
Oh.
Dude, I looked at my mom. I'm like, don't even. I took off my glasses and I go, don't even. I don't even want to talk to you right now. I don't even want to see you right now. So put everything away, and then I start cooking to get everything ready. And for the first time out of the 4 years we've been doing this, I was finally able to cook. Like, me and my mom were finally able to complete everything before our guest arrived.
Which was what time?
12
Oh, okay.
people were supposed to arrive 12 o'clock, 12:30. We were done at 11:30.
Nice.
I was so happy, and I was like, whew, finally. Go take my shower and then go relax. And then around 11:50, My sister comes 12 o'clock. My girlfriend comes, and then literally about 12:30, everybody came. We made mimosas. Everybody ate whatever that we had laid out. It was a big old buffet. Um, and we still, bro, we still have food, and we were offering people, please take it,
That's
because
good.
I may be a big guy, but I really don't eat like large amounts.
Yeah, no, me neither. I mean, I always feel
But
like oh, I heard something the other day. It was like uh oh, it was on a TV show, and he was like, how often do you snack, or like do you snack in between meals? And the guy was like, I don't know, it depends, right?
yeah,
And the guy was like razzing on him, like, "Whoa, like how do you not know?" And it's like, because it's snacking, right? You never know if you're gonna snack between your meal, because it's like it's an impulsive thing.
yeah,
But I've
exactly.
always considered myself like, I don't eat big meals, but I eat a lot consistently.
You snack throughout the day basically.
Exactly.
So instead of having like three major meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you have your small breakfast and a snack in between, a small
Hmm.
lunch, a snack in between, a small dinner, then a night snack, and then you're out for the day.
Yeah, the night snacks are that's like not that good, because then it doesn't help you sleep. But
It
yeah,
depends.
pretty much. Yeah, it does depend. It depends on how night, like your night.
I stay
Like
away
the hot
from.
dog we had in Chicago, that was definitely a night snack, but I needed
Yeah, you needed some food because that night was just a, whew, that was a night. We'll save that story for another time.
it.
But yeah, even with me, like I was careful because we had a bunch of sweets, and I started noticing for myself. The older I get, the less I stay away from sweets.
The less you stay away, or the more you stay
Well, the more I stay away from them, my bad. The more I stay
away.
away from sweets, like it's like look at all this candy, cookies, cake, pies, and you know all types of sweets and pastries and all that stuff. It goes from like, oh, I want to dig into all of it to just give me a small piece of cake and that's it.
Okay. Hmm.
Or I'll just take one cookie and just walk away because it's more like I just want the taste.
Yeah, exactly.
And even when speaking to like my doctors or whatever, like asking for my diet, I'm like, dude, I hardly eat any sweets, and
That's good.
like I always drink water. I'm like the only time I do drink a sweet drink is if I have a taste for it. Even with meals,
Mhm.
I just drink water. I always ask for water.
Right.
Even if I go out, like let's say we go out to a restaurant, I get a beer, I have it followed up by water.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
that's
I always drink water now, because it's like you drink more calories than you think about. But
yeah.
why are we talking
I have
about
no idea.
eating
It's just funny how's that because we were talking about food
Right,
from
right.
that. But now let's stay on the topic of food. Christmas dinner, how was it?
Yeah. Christmas dinner was great. Lasagna was the go-to. Uh, we talked about it before, but so my family recipe is a little different than most people. My grandma used to do little meatballs instead of meat,
Yeah.
because it's easier. It is easier to just put a bunch of meatballs around than just like put a whole hunk of meat in each layer.
My mother
And
does that.
yeah, we don't like ricotta, or she doesn't like ricotta, so we do hard-boiled egg
We
for that
don't
texture.
we don't even do ricotta.
Yeah.
The style of my family is my mother calls it the Puerto Rican style,
Hmm.
and then listening to yours is like, man, that sounds like some bomb ass lasagna right now.
Exactly. And then I had a slice yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, it's almost better the next day. Like it's like pizza, it's like it's not bad the first time, but it's like almost even better the next day.
Yeah,
But yeah, we've had that. I've had that, like I told you, every day of my life, every Christmas of my life, because that's all my grandma did. That for Christmas Day, because we're not like, we don't like the typical American dishes.
yeah, like
But we just had
turkey
that.
and stuffing and all that other stuff.
Yeah, like screw all that. We had that. We had a salad and then bread and lasagna, and that's it. But then at Lakin's family, they don't put as much sauce. I thought about this because we talked about it.
Yeah,
They don't put as much sauce, but they put a lot more cheese. So they put a lot more mozzarella and a lot more ricotta.
makes it real
But they
gooey.
have, yeah, but they have their sauce on the side
Yeah,
and the meatballs on the side. So then it's like, some people like more meatballs, some people like more sauce, but I was just like, I don't know. To me, it's like I don't like to have a buffet when
yeah,
I'm eating lasagna. Like the whole point is like it's there, it's one slice. You don't have to
yeah.
put anything else on your plate.
Exactly. Lasagna is like that. What you call it? It's like that all-in-one type of pie. They just throw everything. Like, hey, you got to put everything in there. You can't just put stuff to the side. Well,
Exactly.
this one doesn't like enough. This one doesn't like too much sauce, and this one likes a lot of meat. I don't. Well, stop complaining.
Yeah. But I could barely make it through my second slice because I had like a slice and a half at my house. So
Yeah,
it was
you're
a
already
lot.
feeling
It was
it.
a lot of lasagna. So on Christmas, I didn't even eat dessert. I don't think because I was just like I was dying for the
Me neither.
lasagna.
I couldn't even. I didn't even touch dessert. I didn't. I touched dessert the next day. Literally.
Exactly. Exactly.
I came home from work and I was like, you know what? This apple pie is looking real good. Freaking! I just had a slice. I had my second slice was today.
Exactly. So how was you made the Puerto Rican stuffed banana concoction?
The concoction. um, no. Well, yeah. My aunt brought some that her sister in law made, and
Mm-hmm.
they are called pateles.
Pateles. Sorry,
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, that's not a hard word to say. What
yeah.
is it? It translates to like
Stuffed
plantain
bananas.
stuffed
Stuffed
banana.
banana or stuffed plantains. Um, some folks sometimes can get them confused with pastels, which is like pastries,
Mm-hmm.
but it's pasteles, and they're basically stuffed plantains with this meat, and the meat is usually pork, chopped up pork chops, like tiny bits,
Mm-hmm.
seasoned. They're boiled in all these seasonings. The plantains, and there's another vegetable that is used. I forgot which one, but it's to help like both, not to keep the dough. Nah, well, not the dough, but just the grinded up bananas not too soft. This kind of like gives it a little bit hardened, so it's easier to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my my aunt sister-in-law made some because she asked my mother for the recipe. It's my mother's recipe, and my mother and my grandmother only made some for Thanksgiving, and then that was it. Nobody made any. So this lady made some, and then offered my mother some for a taste. And this woman, my mother didn't even give her a recipe. My mother just told her, "Hey, just use this, use this. This is what you do." And then you do everything as a taste test, like just to see how they taste, and that's it. You're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
This lady on her first try made them similar to my mother's and my grandmother's. My mom was so like shocked, and I could probably tell like she kind of looked pissed,
Low
like
key mad.
yeah, low key mad. Like she goes, "Motherfucker." But they were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I tried it. First, we tried what we call the masa. It's just a banana because the meat is usually in the middle. If you put too much meat, you won't be able to close it correctly.
Right.
So we tried. I tried the masa, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is." I was like tasting. I'm like, well, "Yo, this is similar to yours." And then I tried the meat, and I was like, "Oh Lord, this is yours." My mother's like, "I know, right?" But yeah,
That's funny.
I was
I
able
could
to
see
have
your
one.
mom getting low key mad too.
I want to say she was both kind of happy, but yet low key mad.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, this is delicious. It's like, damn it, this is delicious.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Because everybody makes them different. Like, what is it? My grandmother on my father's side, she made it with beans and some other stuff, and it wasn't all that good.
Mm-hmm.
There's like everybody has their own recipe for it, and people have done put chicken, beef, pork. I want to say possibly shrimp. Like people have done all types of stuff. But I grown up my entire life eating it with pork in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I even tried chicken once. That's because my stepfather he only eats chicken, chicken and fish in
Mm-hmm.
terms to get his protein. And I tried that, and like these are freaking amazing. Yeah, it just depends on the seasonings and how you make them. But at least I was able to have one, for Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. And then I was telling you, like, my brother prefers to put ketchup on it, and that's because um, there's even memes about it for Puerto Ricans. There's always there's a meme like there's two types of Puerto Ricans. There's one pastelid with no ketchup on it, and there's one pastelid with ketchup on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because it's true. Like I growing up, it's weird because you see all your cousins, and you see like every other cousin or sibling has ketchup or no ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird because my brother and my cousin liked it like that, where the others didn't like it with ketchup. Some did. Some grew out of it because they're like, it kind of like masks the flavor. Where others like
Right. Right.
it gives it more flavor.
Interesting.
Same thing how they like to put ketchup on their rice too. Like some will put ketchup on their rice, where I didn't like that at all.
Ketchup on rice. I can't
It's
imagine that.
well,
I
what you
think
call it?
that's
Next time you come to Chicago, I take you to a Puerto Rican joint. I'm gonna have you try just arroz con gandules. Let you try that normal, and then with some ketchup, and then you let me know how do you prefer it. Because my brother likes either or. My brother prefers like sometimes put ketchup on it or he doesn't. And then for pasteles, do the same thing, so that we can see like where we're coming from in terms of my culture. I prefer it. I don't prefer it.
right.
Where
But
you could
yeah.
probably try and be like, you know what? It's fucking good with the ketchup. You'd be like, no, what, dude? Nah.
But I also feel like I'm growing out of ketchup in general because it's like now when I was a kid I like I loved it. It was great. But now it's like I always feel like it's too sweet. I always feel like it shouldn't even be on fries. Like now, like I enjoy French fries so much more just with like a really, really good seasoning salt.
Oh
That's it.
yes, same here.
I don't even want ketchup anymore.
Yeah, as a
And
kid,
I don't know why. It's just like my taste buds maturing, I guess.
yeah, that could be it. Cause dude, as a kid, I was the opposite. I didn't like ketchup at all. Like at parties or whatever, like, oh, you want a hot dog? Yeah. You want ketchup? No, I want mustard. I always have that weird thing with adults. They'll like shake their head like mustard, but
Yeah,
I guess it's the Chicagoan in me. Ketchup doesn't belong in a hot dog.
right. I can understand that, but it's funny because ketchup is like the only, or hot dogs are like now the only place I do put ketchup.
Yeah, not me. Even if I go out there, what was it? We went for the. You know what? Let's stop. We're getting off topic. All right, next Christmas theme. People are gonna be like, "Wait, but I want to know."
Okay, so did you watch any movies when you hung out the last few days? And if
Uh,
so, what movies did you watch?
I did watch that Christmas movie on Netflix with what's his face? Crap. I gotta look it up. I forgot his name.
I have no idea.
Yeah, give me a moment. It came out this year. Crap. It's with I can't believe I forgot his name. Yo, are you serious? Yo, where the hell is it? The Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. That was pretty decent.
Okay.
I saw that one. Then what was the other one that was think considered like a Christmas movie? Oh, the movie I really wanted to see was what's that one? Anna the Apocalypse. That zombie single that was it that song this zombie um musical you could say takes place during Christmas. I wanted to see it because it was like a dark comedy.
Okay.
Didn't get to see it, but still was on my list to go see. Um, did watch The Grinch, the animation, but that was in November. Did Did watch the Jim Carrey's Grinch again, and mm, that's pretty much it for Christmas movies.
So, I mean, at least you picked some pretty obscure ones because I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah, and I think I'm wondering, was this a Christmas movie? Because I think my mother tried to put on Christmas movies, and I get home and they're fucking playing that horror flick, Truth or Dare. And
Yeah, was that good? Did you
I
watch it?
dude, that whole day I was just busy cooking and hosting. Me and my mother were just we cooked in the morning and then was hosting throughout the evening. So whatever was on TV,
Did not care.
did not care. I don't care. It was a movie. We did have music playing. Then the music went to a basketball game. I forgot who was playing who. And then from there it went back to music, and then somebody threw on a movie, and everybody went their way.
All right, I can see that.
Bro, like around once it was like 4:30. I was like, when is everybody going home?
Figured that was your time.
Dude, I
Yeah,
was super tired.
at 10, I was just like, why am I still up? You like can't go to sleep, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I was the same way. Then, my girlfriend leaves. She left, I think, around 6:30, 7 o'clock. She left around like 6:30. She left a bit early. She's like, I wanted to give you, your little rest before you go to work tomorrow. Because it's one thing that sucked. I'm like, I wanted to get fucked up drunk. But I couldn't. Because I remember
Right.
last time, when was Christmas last time?
Well, this was leap year, so it must have been on a Sunday.
I think it was. Let me see. No, Christmas was on a Monday last year. Or was it 2 years ago? I think it was.
This was on a Monday last year?
Yeah, Christmas was on a Monday. Then 2016, it was on
Oh no,
a Sunday.
2016 was not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad.
I think it's when the first time we did it. Yeah, the first time we did it, Christmas, this little like buffet thing, which was 2015. It was on
Mm-hmm.
a Friday, and I got fucked up wasted at home. I'll never forget that. Yep, because my sister was still a baby. Um, I went with my grandfather. Bought a big ass bottle of Merlot, and then dude just sat in the kitchen that whole time, just hammered.
That'll do it.
Dude, I sat in that kitchen just hammered, and I was like, I love Christmas. I haven't had a Christmas like that in a while, so I gotta wait some fucking time. Let me see, 2019. Where's Christmas taking place at?
Only because it happens on weekends.
Yeah, because the thing is, I work the following day,
Yeah, I get it.
so the 25th is on a
So,
Wednesday of
did you really get
2019.
any? Did you really get any work done though? Yesterday?
Dude, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I ain't getting shit done.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's because a lot of folks are taking vacation. I'm the only one from my team actually there working. And I need to, like, they beat me before taking vacation, but I already took enough vacations, and it's like, ah, crap, I can't really take this. But starting next year, like, because everybody straight dipped. Like, dude, two of them were gone for 2 weeks. I mean, for 3 weeks. They ain't coming back until literally the new year. Two of them are not coming back till the new year. And then one of their guys resigned and went to another place. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm literally the only one in there with our tier one support team guys, and there's like only three of them in there,
Right.
and we hardly get any people coming through.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you?
Yeah, because
See,
we get a few
it's so
people here and
weird.
there, but it's like, Jesus. But one thing I hate is before all this happened, there was so much happening. We were so busy that now I can't even complete a lot of the tasks that was given to me until
Mhm.
folks get back from the new year.
Right.
And even on the New Year, I can't even freaking party
You work on the
because
second.
yes, I work on the second.
You work on the 31st.
No, yeah, dude. Here's a clip. I work a full day on the 31st.
Ooh,
Yeah, tell me about it. I work a full day on the 31st just to get the first off, and then come back Wednesday. So you know what that means? That Monday, I'm getting totally wasted super early, just so I could just, kind of like
get through
get
it.
through Tuesday just fine. Oh my god, I just missed the 2 week vacations that we used to get back from school.
Yep, they are pretty nice. I think the key is you gotta find a job that like it's not a school, but it operates like a school.
Yeah.
Like it's connected to the school. So now, like my mom, since she's at her new job at the school, it's like she got this week off, and she gets like Martin Luther King Jr. Day off, and she's like, I don't think I've ever had a Monday off in like 15 years. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to the party.
I know, right? Yeah, we do get MLK off too. Yeah, because we operate the same time as the market. So when yep, whenever the market's closed, we're closed. Other than that, we're open. So it's like I can't really get into that holiday cheer times because it's like I work tomorrow unless freaking Christmas lands on a Friday. Then it's like, hey Mark, you want to fly through Chicago? We're getting totally wasted over here. But other than
Yeah,
that, it's like I can't party.
that's gotta be a great day to fly too on Christmas.
Yep. Like, oh look, it's Jolly Saint Nick coming through. Tank, just because I gained 5 pounds doesn't mean you could call me Santa Claus.
um, so I did watch It's a Wonderful Life, and it's still a good movie.
It's a
I can
Wonderful Life.
I can tell you that right now. You never seen it?
No, I've never seen this old ass movie.
What? Dude, you can't say you like movies and not have seen that movie. Especially that's like the Christmas movie.
It's a Wonderful Life. Well, then again, I wasn't born in 1946.
Neither was I, but it's just like you have to see it.
Well, you're the one going for acting, so I bet you they give you all these movies to watch. And then again, you probably had your folks kind of just jam this movie down your throat. Like, you better like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. But it was I can tell you. So it first showed, if you want to say showed, on the radio. It's based on a radio play.
Yeah.
And then they made a movie about it. And James Stewart he was like one of the most iconic actors of the 20th century.
Yeah.
And he does a great job, but it's also one of the first movies where it's like they don't obviously the whole story has an arc, but it's one of the first movies back then where they showed like flashbacks, if you will, snippets. So it was like the first time you got to see like sort of a whole journey of like an entire character, which anytime they do something for the first time, it's always pretty cool to see.
True.
And then those lines that like they're still funny, and you're like, wow, like this has been funny for like 80 years. Like, why is it still funny? It's like that's just really good writing,
Yeah. Remember, we were doing radio for some time before the acting, before photography came in, and plus people hired a shit ton of good writers at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, saw that. Always held up. I did not get to see Die Hard yet. I do want to see. We should see it. Do like a commentary next time.
Watching just do a commissary with Die Hard. Oh Lord. The movie I want to check out. It's not a Christmas movie. This is just going off subject, but I keep hearing about it. And this movie came out 2 years ago. You probably heard of it or seen it. Train to Busan.
I have heard of it. I do want to see it. I have not.
Well, if you have Netflix, it's on Netflix, and I will be watching it this weekend with my girl, and I will be bringing it up on our next podcast because I
Okay.
keep hearing about it, especially recently, and I just hear how it's like it's like the ending fucking blows. But that's what makes it
But
such like the ending's so bad that is like not bad, but it's like it's very sad and painful, but also kind of like um what you call it, kind of like it's a bittersweet ending. It's definitely get the tears flowing depending on on the person.
okay.
But
True story.
nope, it's a zombie flick.
Okay.
But this person didn't want to make it like that type of zombie flick. He wanted to give it some emotions, and from what I was hearing, he gave it emotions.
Okay. It's the ninth highest grossing domestic film of all time in South Korea.
Yep, Train to Busan. Check it out. Just one day when you have that, when you and your girl just chill, relax, lay back, just throw on that movie. One of you guys might have the waterworks. My money's on you. Are you crying? No,
You're crying.
I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to get the waterworks for my next, acting that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to cry on call.
No, I helps, man. I gotta make a list of like movie scenes you can watch that can just like get you there real quick. Cause there's a couple of them that's like this is so heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, I am on my computer and we do have YouTube. So maybe next time we could do something like that. Go to YouTube and watch like certain scenes from a movie.
I'm not talking about why they make us cry.
Pretty much. I don't know. I never cried in a movie before.
Really?
Really. Like when I was a kid, remember Passion of the Christ?
Mm-mm.
Everybody I knew like cried in that movie. I'm watching it, not one tear. I'm like, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's because I'm freaking emotionless or what's up. Just
Probably exactly what it was.
yeah, just I didn't cry. And at that time, actually, I was actually going to church myself. Like at that time when I was younger, and I remember throughout the church, people were talking about how great the movie was, and all this other stuff. And I'm over here, and people were talking about, oh, I cried so much. I'm over like, why are you crying? Like I had what's this Carlos Mencia moment. It's like, why are you crying? Like, why
Hmm.
are you crying? This is supposed to be the happiest moment of your life. Like, yes, the pain he went through, he's the reason why you believe in God. And I kind of like took that to my head. I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right. But yeah,
Yeah, sure.
it's like a lot of movies I didn't cry or whatever. Jump scares, of course, every now and then, depending on the flick. Um, I did find out something pretty interesting in the Paranormal Activity movies.
Mm-hmm.
They play a certain sound at a certain frequency. Well, they
Mm-hmm.
play a certain sound. They play a sound at a certain frequency where you can't hear it, but the body feels it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
to create anxiety.
Interesting.
And that's why how they have those suspenseful moments where nothing is happening, how you don't hear anything, but then all of a sudden something just jumps and you just fucking jump.
Right.
Well, they play a certain sound, and I think what was it? I think it was like 30 hertz or 20 hertz. You can't hear it. Our human ears, we can't hear it at all, but our body could feel it. So it creates this anxiety within us to like literally fuck with us in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not just now used in horror movies; it's used in a lot of other movies as well to create this, just create certain
Illusion.
scenes. Yep.
Interesting.
It started off in horror movies and then moved on to like other movies as well, so like thrillers, suspense, other type of dramas, things like that, to create like this anxiety or whatever.
Yeah, so we did not stay on topic of
We never,
Christmas.
no, we never do. It's just like we try, we just never do.
Never get there.
Yeah. Best Christmas memory.
Uh, Best Christmas memory. Well, I think it is the eating the lasagna like every single time because it's like we always eat at 2 o'clock. We always have lasagna. We always got the tablecloth that's like the Christmas tablecloth.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff is just like so consistent for me. But the memory I do remember the memory I told you last time, and I do like it. I stayed in Flag for Thanksgiving when I had food poisoning.
I remember
Yeah, and I couldn't eat for a couple of days. And finally on Thanksgiving Day, I was like so hungry because I was like starving from just puking my guts out, right?
that. Yeah.
And I went to a Cracker Barrel. Have you ever been to one?
Never been to Cracker Barrel.
Never been to Cracker Barrel. Oh my God.
There's some out here, but I just never been to one.
Yeah, it happens. I never been to one until college, and I was like, okay, I see this. Um, it's like just a little general store. It's like exactly what you would think. It's like a down home IHOP, if you will.
Yeah.
And so they had a Thanksgiving dinner. It was like a plate of turkey or a slice of turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, green beans, like mac and cheese, a biscuit, like the whole 9 yards. And I have never eaten a plate of food so fast in my entire life.
Just scarfed it
But,
all down.
but I was like, this is what Thanksgiving is all about. I'll tell you right now, like that was the best I had ever felt in a long time after a Thanksgiving
Yeah.
meal. Um, but Christmas memory. Oh, and so the Christmas memory was that the RC car,
Mm.
going to the park with that. I got a RC truck one year, off-road truck, and I got to take it to the park and play around with it. And that was just a fun day.
Yeah.
It was just a great day. It was like a kid, didn't have a lot to worry about, just having a good time.
I feel like, you having Christmas out there in LA, you have your days where it's just like, oh, it's kind of chilly or it's like, oh, it's pretty warm. And if you had like skateboard or a bike or anything that would had to deal with outdoorsy, right away, as soon as you open it, you could just go. Just get up and
Exactly.
go. Where, in Chicago never had that. It's like,
Right.
all right, cool, you got me a bike. I can't use it until
Oh,
freaking
Mark.
no, until like 4 months, 5 months later, because Chicago's
Right.
winters, we don't even have spring anymore. They all the way to summer.
Right.
And it's like we'll have like bikes, skateboards, whatever, anything that dealt with outdoorsy is like, okay, cool, thanks. I can't mess with this until, you know, as soon as May comes through.
Right.
But my Christmas memory was my mother buying me and my brother Game Boys. My very
Right.
first, it was a Game Boy Color with like a shit ton of batteries and Pokemon Red and Blue. So my brother had blue, I had red, and we just like, I was just so excited I had the, and it was like one of those. When she got me that, she also got me this like accessory kit. Fucking hilarious.
Okay.
It like turned the Game Boy into like this monster. Not really. All it was is just a screen. It's an attachment. It was a magnifying glass that um, made the screen look bigger because it was a magnifying glass, and it had a little light in there. But that also
Mhm.
used that would drain the batteries from the system. So that's why we
Right.
had a crap ton of batteries. And bro, I would go through these batteries every like every day. I was going through batteries because I was just hardcore getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time me playing Pokemon. We even had the little connector. Once me and my brother started getting like pretty decent into it, we connected. I'll show him like this trade or whatever, and we'll start. My brother was younger. My brother is how old? He's younger than me.
You forgot.
No, no, no. It's just we got weird numbers. Cause me and my sister are about a year and a half apart, and me and my brother, we're about 3 years apart,
Mm-hmm.
give or take some change. But yeah, we're 3 years apart. So when we got it, I think I was like 8, 9 years old, and my brother, of course, was 7. So, and he wasn't really big in video games. He played them, but didn't. He wasn't into it. My brother was your out. He loved sports. He was our athlete. Until today, he's still our athlete with a beer gut. Shout out to my little bro. Um, and yeah, that was like one of my most favorite, cherished memories. Just that because our living room, because it was at night. We just came home from my aunt's house from partying, and the living room was still dark. The only thing that lit up the living room was our Christmas tree with the lights,
Mm-hmm.
and then the lights in the window. And I want to say my mother, because my mother done this several times. She would put the Christmas lights on the ceiling in the living room. So on the with the corner with the wall and the ceiling meet,
Oh yeah, I know.
she
She
will
still had them in April.
yep she will wrap them all around like that, and sometimes even down the hallways and stuff to light up the house. But she did that so it was the living room was like a very like a romantic dim lighting, and we're just
Mm-hmm.
there just shredding through this stuff. And finally, I when I seen the Game Boy with Pokemon, I just jumped out of my skin,
Nice.
not even knowing what the hell Pokemon was.
I was thinking like, I wonder if that's why you became such a gamer, just because like you didn't always have the option to like go outside, and like
Yeah,
play like whatever with whatever stuff you got.
yeah. I was always a gamer when I was young, and it was because you know, my neighborhood before now, before a lot of changes came through, was
Oh yeah,
not an ideal neighborhood,
yeah. It's like you
and
don't want to go outside. Your mom would be like, "You can't go outside and come back when the streets start." Like, no thanks.
yeah, we grew up. We never grew up in a house. It was
Right.
apartments that we lived in for most of our lives. Well, for all of our lives, that in this apartment complex, we all had a shared backyard, and where all the kids who lived in this complex all played. We could only stay in that backyard. That was
Mhm.
it. No running out. You better not leave the. Don't leave. Don't open the gate for nobody. Don't leave with anybody out that gate, and don't you dare touch the goddamn gate. I'll never
Right.
forget those rules. You don't talk to nobody. You don't open the gate for nobody, and you don't walk out of that gate with nobody.
Right.
And I remember that as a kid. So but we would just play back there, and every now and then my mother and our neighbors will come out. If it was a beautiful day, they'll come out, talk, um, especially on like certain like summer nights. They'll be back there, having a drink, smoke, chit chatting, while it's like freaking 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and we're playing hide and go seek, like all the kids, but we're all back there. Nobody's leaving the yard. They will play hide and go seek in the yard. And one thing me and my friend used to do, because some I want to say about 50 families lived in this apartment complex, give or
Hmm.
take. Um, and every now and then, some of the gates didn't close fully. Like,
Mm.
so me and my friend being the oldest, when we'll go outside, like, well, hey, kid, can we go? Like, can so and so come out? They'll be like, yeah, sir. Me and him will be the first ones to check, make sure all the gates were locked and closed, because they didn't have that little, what you call that arm, that spring to push the door close.
Hmm.
Two of them didn't have it, so we'll run all the way just to see, make sure nobody's here, all the gates are locked. It's time to go play.
Oh, that's nice of you guys.
Yeah, and dude, we'll run around, hide, play hide and go seek, play like this bullshit version of baseball, wiffle ball, kickball, football, basketball, dodgeball, capture the flag, everything in this backyard we did. And the funny thing is, now as an adult, my grandmother now lives in that building.
Hmm.
Just not the same complex that I was born in. But I was walking past there recently, throwing out. Well, I walked past this house and helped her move in. But then recently, I was throwing out the trash for her as I was leaving, and that's when I stopped and just let the nostalgia kick in.
Yeah.
This yard seemed so much bigger when I was younger. It was like I'm
Well,
looking around. I'm like, I remember when me and my friend pulled the branch out of here, which is still empty till this day. I remember having snowball fights in the middle of winter. I remember my friend jumping off the first porch onto the garbage can to run away from us, but instead of like landing on top and running, he went straight through like an idiot.
hmm,
Um, I remember my brother going down because we lived on the first floor, and I'm like, I remember my brother going down the first flight of stairs on his bike and busting his shit. Um, I remember we used to have like those the lightsabers from Star Wars,
hmm.
and we would all just duke it out in the backyard, fucking cracking each other's fingers and shit, poking eyes. And as I'm back there, I'm just like, some stuff changed too because they changed on how the porches were, like they remodeled them, and I'm like, man, all this just brings back just memories from when I was a kid, and I miss it
All,
so
all,
much.
yep, 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 yep.
Yep.
That's why it's like it's good. I think it's good to reflect, at least like during Christmas, because you get to see like.
It was because as I was back there, I remember I'm looking at the porch, which was ours when we were younger, and I just remember all the just the memories from that place, that apartment of us
Hmm.
growing up, and
Yeah.
Christmas being one of them. We never hosted there because the apartment wasn't a place to like host parties. You could say it wasn't
Hmm.
big, and anytime my mother will host a party, it'll be in the summertime. Easy, everybody could hang out on the freaking people could hang on the porch, in the living room, or in the kitchen. That was it.
Hmm.
Like there was no like party room, whatever. But as we got over and moved to a different apartment, a 3 bedroom, um, we were able to host parties and things like that because now we had more space. Um, me and my brother had our own. Me and my brother share the room, and where on Christmas, bro, we will flip over like our mattress, the frame and everything, flip it to
Hmm.
his side, and then have so much space. And me, some of my male cousins, which in my family, there's not that many male cousins, and some of our friends, like their kids, family, friends of the family, like their kids, mainly
Hmm.
their boys. Dude, we would be in a room and just fucking wrestle. Like we'll start wrestling. We'll start because we also have boxing gloves. My grandfather got me and my brother boxing gloves. So there's some Christmas memories of us literally boxing in the room. Like we're just
I'm gl-
like we were some pretty like asshole kids. We were some tough kids. We will box, wrestle, slam each other, and I was one of the biggest ones compared to like my other like some of my friends, my other cousins. So me being a chubby kid, it was hard for them to lift me up. But once they like kicked my knee in and brought me down, oh yeah, I'm coming down like a tree.
That's funny. I'm glad you specified that they were male cousins.
Yeah,
That would have
cause
been a funnier story if they weren't.
yeah, cause me being I'm the oldest and the only when I was a kid, the only males was just me and my brother out of all of my
Yeah.
immediate family. And then in my extended family, I have 2 older male cousins and then another male cousin who is my age. And then
Hmm.
friends of the family, to whoever came over, you know, be it if they had boys or girls, um, sometimes they'll come over, or even friends have their like sons, like literally, or even friends of the neighborhood will come through, like when we were kids. And dude, it was just be a bunch of dudes just fucking beating the shit out of each other, all out of pure fun.
Hmm.
People would place bets on who's gonna beat up who. My uncle put a bet against my mom, talking about my son's gonna whoop your son's ass. My mom was like, "Okay, let's see it."
Oh my god.
So me and
That's
my
so
cousin actually had that look like, "Ah, fuck. All right, I don't want my mama losing money," and he's like, "I don't want my daddy losing money." All right, homie, put your dukes up. Let's get this shit going. Got us out there freaking street fighting for money.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That was actually the first time. I'll never forget that shit. That shit was funny. We actually ended in a draw because
Sure.
because the way my cousin was hitting me, he wasn't hitting me too hard, and my
Mm-hmm.
cousin was pretty quick, so a lot of my throws weren't landing.
Mm.
So his punches were not taking me down, and my punches were not making his mark. So at the end of it, they're like, you know what, we're done. You guys are taking forever.
That's too funny.
Yeah. And I think it was that Christmas when they had us when we started boxing. I got a PSP. My mother bought me a PSP.
Oh, very nice.
Yep. And I freaking love that machine.
Man, oh man, that seems so far away, but like I still have my PSP's in my drawer right now. But it just seemed like it came out so long ago.
It did. I think I got mine's like in '06, '05.
Gosh, gosh, man.
I know I'm bringing you back. And one of the games I had was hold on, I gotta look it up, dude. If you still play your PSP, you need to play this game for it. It's
I don't know if I ever got rid of my games or I just put them somewhere. Probably with my PS2 stuff. I don't even know where my PS2 is. Is that sad?
you still have your PS2.
Yeah, dude. I don't get rid of stuff.
So the game you want to play, if you can find it, you're gonna enjoy it. Is an RPG game. It's a JRPG called Popolo Croix.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it because when I was younger, the animation it looked too childish for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I got into it, dude, this fucking kid is a beast. You play as a prince in this
Right.
game, who's like freaking I think like 8, 10 years old. Bro, he's a beast. He
Okay.
rescues his mother's soul. He faces off an ice dragon or an ice demon. He fights against a god, and then ends the story by like literally destroying this cosmic being that is chaos, and like the embodiment of chaos, with the
Mm-hmm.
help of gods, dragons, man, and all other creatures.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got into this game, I thought like, oh crap, I rescued my mama's soul. Okay, cool, that was it. And then I realized like, wait a minute, wait a minute, there's more. There's more. Like, it just keeps going. And I really did like the story.
Okay.
And I remember going, like, once I got my PSP and I got that game, I forgot by who. But I was playing it when I was going to school. Like, going to high school, taking the bus to school. Dude, I just whipped the PSP out and started playing.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in sleep mode or whatever. I think it was sleep mode. Um, you know, if I had the chance, play it in class. If not, um, play it back on the bus going home. And once I got home, put that bitch on the charger, start playing it again. Like that game
Right.
got me addicted. Like, I was addicted to that game.
Okay. Okay.
Popolo Croix. It was a good JRPG.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, '05, bro. The PSP. Yeah, because this game came out February 10th, 2005. PSP came out. Let's see. Yep, March 24th, 2005. And I got mines at the end of 2005. That
Wow.
December.
Wow.
Yeah. As of November 2013, worldwide, the PSPs have sold 82 million units.
82 mil. That's a lot
Oh, yeah.
for a handheld console.
Well, the top selling handheld console is the DS.
Of all time, right?
Yep. Because they don't just count like just the original DS. They count all of them. So let's
Right.
see. How many units sold? So the original unit, just the Nintendo DS, because I actually had one of those, um, is 18.79 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got that one. I got my DS on my birthday before Christmas. On my birthday, and then my mother just drops that PSP on me on Christmas of the same year.
Right.
Next is all models. So all models of the DS family has sold a total of 154.2 million units worldwide.
Wow.
Yep. I even remember getting the GameCube for Christmas, and
You had a GameCube?
I had a GameCube for Christmas, and I think the first game I had for it was was Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm.
Smash Bros. And I forgot because I think it was like a year after it dropped.
Right.
Let's see when the GameCube dropped. 2002. No, 2001. I think I got it in 2002. Or I probably got it the same year. But I don't remember what was like the launch titles. I remember I had SSX Tricky for it. I had Metroid, Metroid 2, um, Smash Bros. But I think my first game that I had with it was Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Sure. Makes sense.
Then the following year, I had the Metroid Prime series, Metroid Prime 1, which was a great game. Then the following Christmas after that, I got Metroid Prime 2. Oh my god. That fucking GameCube was just amazing. Especially that when my mother got it for me, she also got the screen for it. It's like a small
Mm-hmm.
screen.
Right.
So it was because for me, my brother don't fight. Because he had the PS2, I had the GameCube. And it
Right.
was because we don't have to fight for the TV. So I would sit
Okay.
there with that itty bitty ass screen to try to play when my brother has, the freaking, what was it? Fucking 18, 20 inch CRT TV we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god. That brings back memories. I wish I
Good.
kept that console. I think I traded it in or I sold it to somebody.
Man. It's not the move, man.
It's not like all the consoles growing up that I had, I should just kept. But no, I sold them or traded them in.
It's very minimalist of you, though. I feel like my room's just like overcrowded with stuff.
Yeah.
Like my TV is literally on my dresser right now because I don't have enough space for it.
I really dislike have like I used to have my TV like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had this heavy ass plasma, and I had that like that. Um, then I had it on the wall. Then I sold it and got my own I got another TV. And then with that one, after some time later, because I had it on the same bracket on the wall, I
Uh-huh.
bought this stand that I still have today,
Uh-huh.
and that's what I have it. My systems, my games, the TV. I'm like, I can't go back to the whole. Oh, I'm gonna put my TV on my dresser because it just kills like in terms of space and everything's like I need my space.
I like looking up at it though. It's like kind of cool.
Yeah, and my see my dresser's not as high as yours.
Right. Right.
If I would like put my TV inside my dresser and get rid of this freaking stand, then I have more space in my room for other shit. But I don't.
Got it.
And plus, you know, when I plan on moving out, at least I have my living room set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a pretty nice setup.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. One last thing for Christmas. You got any questions on question for Christmas?
For you or the fam?
Uh, for me, before we end this, because we're already like an hour in.
Nah, we can end it. See you guys in 2019.
That was a quick ending.
Yeah.
You sound tired, anyways.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
Yeah, especially that we sidetracked this several times.
Yes.
Well, yeah, sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it from Incompetent Nerds. Have a happy holidays, and see you guys next year. Peace.
2019, here we come.
2019. Hopefully it's not as shitty as 2018. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.